I think we're nearly at a year. It'll be a year in March. But the beginning of session 37, Adrian, you're going to do the catch-up?
I'm going to do the catch-up. So we started...
Sure?
Yeah, I'm very sure. I got all of this down.
All right.
Not written down because I don't take notes, but I know everything that happened.
Go ahead.
So we started the session right after we had killed Mummy Cleric Lady.
Yep.
Then we went for another rest because we got really fucked up by Mummy Cleric Lady. There was some discussions with Grilda's ancestor, who informed us that there was a temple close by where she used to chat with like a captured being. And we were like, yeah, let's check that out. So we went there, and we met up with Zisriel, who's like a Nephirim construct or something, or he was someone who was feuding with the Nephirim. I don't remember that.
He was a Nephiri celestial construct, like a summoned construct, had never been banished or let loose back into, and he'd been locked behind a force.
A barrier that, if he casted magic inside the barrier, fucked up the magic, basically.
Yeah.
Which is the reason there's currently like random events happening in town once in a while. Whenever Zisrael is like, and casts a spell. Our resident lizard dispelled said barrier. We looted the place, as we do. And Zisrael then informed us of his master, or friend, called Christian, whom he wants to put to rest. And we're like, sure enough, we'll do that. Went through the temple, there were a bunch of traps. We fought some stuff, met up with Christian, who, Wraith, not a nice dude.
No.
Apparently not a big fan of us, and like our race in general. So we had a big fight, Chester got possessed, insulted Grilda, called him beige. Which Grilda succeeded the saving throw, so Grilda likes beige, that's canon.
Headcanon.
If he was a colour, he would be beige.
He would be. Anyway, we beat up the Wraith. Zisrael put his bones to rest in like an urn, and then we took our new buddy Zisrael with us, dropped him off at Grilda's ancestor, and then we went to fight the last creature that we had to beat for the 2 keys to leave this place, which was Fucked Up Mouth Lady. Fucked Up Mouth Lady. The second we saw her, we were like, this is a job for Chester. So we sent out Chester, our seducer, who did not succeed in seducing Fucked Up, if I was going to say Sexy Mouth Lady. No, Fucked Up Mouth Lady.
Sexy Mouth Lady, yes.
I can't help, I have a type, okay? I have a type.
So that fucking Japanese shit you read, that is.
Oh my god, that gets me going. Anyway, Fucked Up Mouth Lady was hiding in water, mauling Grilda, mauling Macra, summoning poison, shooting poison, and nearly killed like the entire party. I feel like we were all pretty low by the end.
Yeah, she did a good battering to us.
Then we finished her off. And that was where we ended the session.
Indeed, her body now laying on her front, back broken open, parts of her flesh sloughing off sallow bones, as Macros looks down at his hammer and it's still got a chunk of a kind of like parchment-like sticky flesh attached to it. You kind of like flick it back into the water with a slopping slap, and around you the cave begins to... Well, the cave poison that had originally plagued you on the middle of the island begins to dissipate and kind of just float away now that the presence of evil has been vanquished from this cavern. The area seems to have its atmosphere lifted somewhat, like as if you all now feel that kind of pressure on your shoulders just vanishing as she dies. And you notice that parts of her body are like melting into the ground around her, like parts of the... Like as if her flesh couldn't wait to get off of her bones.
Yeah.
And inside, as the flesh melts away, you can see steam begin to rise as the organs begin to boil in their own blood. And there's a foul smell in the air, and you all have to kind of like hold your hand up to your nose. But immediately Xerxes goes, "Mmm, smells so tasty."
I guess this means I can't harvest it for fucking useful bits then. I'll start poking around with it. I want to chop her up and use her organs, okay?
She was basically a person.
fair enough to not be one. I start like thumbing around with the end of my maul, like seeing if she's got anything cool on her.
Alright, so yeah, like I said before, she had a sort of great scythe.
Yeah, two-handed scythe. We'll come to that. Anything else?
Nope, she had tatters, rags, and that was about it.
No amulet or something like. Anything?
She did have the amulet, yes, which is still underneath her body.
Well, I take like a stick from somewhere and poke it out of the boiled organs.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, as you bring it out, it's got the same ankh, the Egyptian ankh, and you hold it up. It was attached to a. This one was attached to a metal chain. And you pick it up. Look at it. Yeah, and it looks exactly like the other one.
So we can leave and save your children, Makra. Rejoice.
Get him. I wonder if she's got somewhere where she keeps her shit. Imagine she's killed a fair few adventurers down here. Must be a horde or something.
We should conduct a proper search.
Okay, you can if you want. It's investigation checks, of course.
Grildo, why don't you have a look?
I will roll for Grildo if he wants me to.
Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, whilst he's doing this, I'm going to heft up this two-handed scythe and having a little look-see.
Okay. Alright, so you begin having a look-see. It's got tons of runes all down its shaft. And it curves slightly, so you've got a handle at the side. It literally is just a reaping scythe. However, Grildar does take a look around the cave and is careful about it, and finds there are some bones kind of buried in upturned earth to the northeast. And using just his gauntleted hands, begins to pry and finds that there's like bones of animals and creatures under there, but nothing worth money or anything precious.
Oh, fuck, all the valuables kept, bastard. I'll start switching this scythe around then, see if it feels in any way cooler than normal.
I think the problem is, Makra, that people generally aren't thrown into prison with a lot of valuables. And
Yeah, that's a fair point. Sure, there's numpties like us, though, that come in and try, like, kill them.
And you get the impression that this was quite at the end of the... She was, like, at the end of the Wailing Warrens, you know, the prison. So most prisoners you saw died at the entrance when they were attacked by that skeleton.
Ah, right.
And then, of course, you remember seeing that there were piles of bodies near the mummy cleric. Obviously, they're delivered that way, dead. It's got like
we didn't
process.
search through that pile of bodies, actually. Probably
No, they did. They turned into ghouls, remember?
Oh, yeah, I think we didn't pick in the ghouls clean then. Alright, then, I'll switch this scythe around now. I'll get it.
Alright, so it's unwieldy in your hands because you are not proficient.
I'm not proficient.
Mm-hmm.
It's a scythe. Do you have scythe proficiency?
What is it fall under? Is it an exotic
tools?
weapon?
It is an exotic weapon. It's a great scythe.
Oh, that's disgusting. Fucking first decent magic weapon that comes up and I can't even use the bastard.
Well, you can use it. You just can't add your proficiency to attack.
So, yeah, that's point fucking...
Which is pretty
let's
high
leave it at that point. Well, I'll stick it on my back then.
Right.
I wonder how I can. I wonder if you can. Can you gain proficiency in game? Like if I just train with it?
Yeah, it takes a long time though.
That doesn't sound any fun. We'll see if we can break it into parts and turn it into something usable.
Okay. Well,
we'll see. Maybe we'll get to the time skip training montage, and Liam is going to put on Eye of the Tiger.
as you guys are spending these 10 minutes investigating and just generally chit-chatting, the Punished Ironblood and Zizrael approach. And you see Zizrael is carrying the tomes that were given to him. And the Punished Ironblood pokes her head around the corner, walks in, nods at Grildar. Grildar nods, and she looks down at the Agiel, the corpse, toes it slightly. It kind of cracks and crumbles beneath her plated boot, and she nods. The way out is this way.
Before we leave, we should probably, have a breather.
She nods. Sorry, I forget that mortals sometimes need to take a breather. Zizrael stands tall and goes, I could do with actually reading some more of these tomes.
That's good. Makra, what do you think? Do we do like a long-term relaxing thing, or are you good to
I'm good. Just have a quick one, really. But if everyone else feels like they need to stay and chill for a while, I know you magic users need a bit more of a rest normally, but I could probably just have a half hour and be all right.
All right. So as you guys sit down and rest, Todd,
Good day.
welcome. Sorry we didn't say hello while you were joining. We were in the middle of the catch up.
Yeah, so I thought so. I was glad I didn't miss anything.
No, that's all right. So you need to pick a 5th level spell, good sir. Now that you've leveled up.
I'm having a perusal.
And we think like legend lore. We were discussing legend lore is a great one for Chester to accomplish his goals, but I still think scrying or Gaius would be hilarious. But it's up to you, sir.
I'm going to have a read of legend lore and go from there. Ooh.
It's expensive, but it's great to just go GM. Tell me.
There's a lore board. You should get some like discounts to legend lore, really, shouldn't you?
No, it's actually I could say that you don't have to pay for the ivory strips, but because it's 400...
Oh shit!
Todd has read it.
Oh.
I can finally attain. Hang on.
Todd's like definitely reading it and going, oh ho ho ho.
This battle staff's literally useless to me. It only does 2d6 damage.
This is a children's toy. To the likes of Curtis.
So while,
Okay,
yeah,
interesting.
Oh yeah, remember Gaius is also awesome because you can tell people what to do.
How do you spell Gaius? Sorry.
Gaes.
I thought it had a H. But I think you're right.
It's not on roll 20. This one,
Is it not?
Yeah, it will be.
unless it does have a H.
Oh no, I spelled it wrong. It's Geas.
That's the wrong way around.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I just said it geese, so that's fine.
Geese.
Geese.
And I love if you
Someone-
can't... Yeah, it just lasts for 30 days. It's actually awesome.
Someone
Okay,
could
I
use-
actually like this one. I like legend lore, but I think once he's had his fill with that, because I quite enjoy like wheedling it out of people. So I might
I just
have to go this
googled
one.
Gaius to like refresh myself on the spell, and the second link that come up is a Reddit thing saying, "Is Gaius awful?"
No, it's fantastic.
Oh, I love you, Reddit. You fucking bunch of
Tosses.
Did I tell you about the dude that made a subclass for Rogue that was like, they can shove as a bonus action, and if they attack a shoved creature, they would do double sneak damage? And half the comments were like, yeah, this seems balanced, and I was like, what?
Alright, so
Okay.
as you are picking your spell, Todd, you let us know when you're done.
Yeah, we're gonna go with Gaius. Yeah,
You're actually going to go with Gaius? Holy shit.
100%.
30
Yep.
days, and they have to do basically the quest that you give them. That's what I get out of Gaius.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I can turn like rats into my messenger boys.
Well, the rat just... How would the rat learn
can
the lesson? It's like
turn-
it's another thing once, and then it's dead.
I can turn Macrar into the little bitch he is. Yeah.
Actually, it would work on Macron very well. Oh god. You could actually say, if you ever like push me or hurt me again, you'll suffer the damage.
For 30 days.
And if you later on you can upcast it to years.
Every time you push me into shit, you get covered in equal and opposite shit.
Yeah, like it
Shit
does.
is just very specific, though.
No, yeah, it's very specific. You could put something like if Macro, if he ever hurt me again, like blah, blah, you can never hurt me again. And if he does, he takes 5d10 psychic damage.
That's
Curtis
incredible.
is now
Hey,
much
damage
less in
average.
support.
I could fucking eat that and then eat you afterwards.
Yeah, but you take 5d10 psychic damage doing it.
As I'm saying, 5d10 is only fucking, 30 damage on average?
Yeah, I know, but it depends how long it takes to eat me. If it's 2 or 3 rounds, we're good.
Alright, so you can all get a short rest.
Short rest.
Yep. And Zizrael is continuing to read the tomes. And the Punished Ironblood, Yarmdaline, she returns back and says, "The door is here to the north. Do you have the keys?"
Yeah, we do have the keys. Chester, don't you want to, do your speech of rest, your story?
Oh, gather round so you might hearken.
Which,
Oh my god, that's amazing.
which, by the way, Todd, has increased to a D8 at this level. I changed it.
Oh, nice. Do I also get D8? Is my bardic inspiration gone up as
Oh,
well?
that's been a D8 for 2 levels. It
I
hasn't
thought
gone
that
up
had
yet.
been. I just didn't know if it gone up. No,
It'll
that's
go
cool.
up to a D10 soon.
Cool. Is there anything else I need to do on this level up just before I start this smug story?
No, I've done your HP for you.
Okay.
Also, if you noticed, Todd, on your Wand of Magic Missile, I fixed it for you. So if you click Wand of Magic Missile, it'll come up. You say to me, I'm going to use 4 charges, and when you click it, it comes up with the charges. So if you like...
Thanks, mate. It's hard dealing with a useless cretin sometimes, but
It's
you do it
alright,
well.
I did it all for you. It's all good. And also, at short rest, you get your expander bags back, of course.
Amazing.
And I do
I
want to
thought that was
remind
long
you...
rest.
No, your Font of Inspiration does it every short rest.
Ah.
Also, I want to remind you to use Life of the Party more often.
Yeah, I've been looking at that. Because he is the life of the party.
Yeah, get an advantage on a saving throw is amazing.
I tell a smug story where I sniff a lot, close my eyes, and make sly digs at Macro. If you want, shall while I roll these hit dice. Once I had a child, and she didn't get her life drained from her.
What?
No, it's just got encased in some celestial armor and you never see her again.
Oh, my good man. I wish you hadn't said that.
Wait, do I roll the extra D8 I get, or do you roll it for all of us?
You all roll it individually.
A D8.
What do I roll?
An extra D8.
Apparently, Gwendeth's very in favor of making fun of Macron.
Mm.
And that adds onto your HP. I'm assuming Grildar would want to spend some hit dice.
Most likely.
Oh,
This
that
will
didn't
be a
happen.
very weird fight against the Seer, because Gwendeth literally does not have Zephyr Strike slots.
I'm nearly done, guys. I'll be down 5 attendance.
Yeah,
Are you sure you don't want to proper rest, Gwendeth? If you want, do you want to go
Oh.
insist now?
Apparently,
No, I feel like I have access to all sorts of new magic now. I could even summon a goat.
Shall we have a long rest then?
I don't know.
Do we have time?
Yeah, I feel like this is very...
No, yeah, it was probably more urgent. There we go, save the kids. It's a fair point.
So Grildar apparently really liked you taking the piss out of Macro. They got 8 HP from that arrest.
Grolda is just straight up a horrible person that's check out. So
Where's Rocket at?
Rocket's not going to be playing for a couple of weeks.
Alas.
Alas, of course. Okay, so as you rest, the Punished Ironblood is waiting to the north. She is only about like 30 feet away, and she just points towards the door through a cloud of what looks like greenish gas that's pouring out of the walls, but then kind of like filtering into the room and dissipating. But she points towards it, and you realise it's the same sort of smog that the creature had used on you, and that it's probably quite caustic.
Oh, that doesn't look good.
we could go around, maybe. Is there another way?
She walks into it, and just because she doesn't seem to be suffered by it, and she points towards the door beyond. We need to put the keys in there.
Well, I hand to the one Gwendeth picked up.
What's funny?
Just look at what I've renamed Gaius.
Oh, nice.
God, he's making himself laugh. So
I don't know if I should look or not spoil myself.
Lay back and think of Longinia. It's a play on lay back and think of England, isn't it?
It's incredible.
I like it.
On your knees. Right.
Yes, and she takes the key that you give her, Gwendeth, nods, walks up to the door, and places it into the one on the left, and you all hear an audible click and a clunk somewhere deep within the cavern. She turns back to the rest of you and says, "The next one?"
Who picked that one up?
By the silence, we're going to assume it's Grildar.
Ah, he's the sort of person that would pick up things. He also has the bag of holding, so
Yes.
it is the natural assumption.
Yes, he does indeed hand it over to his ancestor, the Punished Ironblood. She walks up to the other door, nods, and opens it. She puts the key in, and then turns it, and then pushes the doors with all of her might. and as they swing open with a kind of a, the gas dissipates out into this cavern, and at that moment, she stands there and goes, "We have visitors." And you hear a voice call out into the cavern from beyond the door. "Who goes there?" And all of you kind of wait a second. The voice sounds familiar.
Oh. Tell me, Liam.
You can't quite place it, and then you hear some whispers. And the punished Ironblood steps back and says, "I can see them. One has a bow, the other a sword, the other has no weapons."
Oh, and his son, they have no weapons. Oh.
Dev.
It's just me, Gwendeth.
Wait.
I got lost and I'm gonna leave.
"Gwendeth? Is that you?" And then you hear a familiar voice go, "Well, I told you they were going to come out of this here door, didn't I not?" And you hear Kaiser's voice.
Ah.
"I told you they, when we went and visited the astral laboratory, that they were going to come out this door." And then you hear a familiar voice that you shouldn't hear go, "Yes, well, it is because of my spells." And you hear Anna's voice.
How the fuck did Anna survive?
Makra, quick. Do you think this is a trap?
And you hear Xerxil go, "Anna!" and then run through the cave towards her. "Oh, Xerxil!" And then all three of them walk in. You see Kaiser, dressed in kind of like a swampy kind of olive green robe and hood, pulled up. You see Anna in her familiar white robes. However, she looks muddier than... caked mud up into her knees. You see she's holding her spellbook above. And as she wades through the bit of water, she looks at you all. "Hello, everyone." And Kaiser walks in and goes, "Greetings, everyone. Yeah, I guess you want some questions answered, probably?"
Yeah, how the piss did you three survive?
Survive?
Well, Kaiser survives.
Well, survive
What is this skullduggery?
Weren't you at the fancy dinner?
Yeah.
And you did not get poisoned.
Well, then there is the question. So, being an elf, I don't really eat that much, and I decided not to partake in the meats and savories.
How is everyone else?
Yeah, well, I kind of ran. The moment all shit in hell went loose, I decided to make my body go limp, because I thought, well, fuck, everyone else is getting poisoned and all that kind of stuff. And then I took my opportunity to run. I stabbed one of those seer guards cleaning a leg, and I lost my dagger doing it. And I took off into the swamp. However, I did come back for y'all, but I came back into port. I grabbed Anna and Kyrie, and Kyrie nods at you all. She's obviously the Inquisitor that you guys had hostaged. And Kyrie all nods at you. She's no longer kind of tidy. She's covered in mud as well. And, well, with Kyrie's help, master of escapism she is, we gathered up Anna's corpse and we tried to look for someone that could resurrect her. We needed everybody. Oh, by the way, y'all owe 500 gold piece to this sorcerer called Rothhide. Yeah, he kind of helped.
I interject a moment, good Kaiser.
Go
As you
ahead.
know, I've never had anything but the utmost respect for you and your craft, but I must say, as an expert storyteller myself, that sounds like utter horseshit.
Well,
We were gonna revive her anyway, Chester. I feel like it doesn't really matter.
Right.
We're gonna kill that seer, and she has like a palace, so...
oh no, well, you've been gone for a day and a half, 2 days.
Yeah, I was going to say, my kids are still kind of in trouble. Story time's ace and all, but...
Well, we did... Anna here did some scrying on y'all. And not... Yes.
Anna, you're so valuable.
I'm glad we didn't kill the Inquisitor either. Who suggested killing her? Glad I saved her.
You were the one that suggested killing me, Macro. You were.
No, I definitely was all aboard.
No, I feel like it was definitely you and Grilda that were all in for killing the woman.
I swear it was me who stuck up for not killing her.
So, they begin to explain. Anna says, "Oh well, yes. After scrying on you in here, there was only a little bit of mathematics to figure out how far you had actually gone. I mean, we knew the entrance of the Wailing Caverns, and I thought, well, there must be an exit somewhere. And we headed into the swamp. You actually are some miles east of the actual town. And after some investigation, Kaiser here used his ranger abilities. Yeah, I did, and I found this here door. And anyway, we were about what were we about to do? And Anna says, well, we were gonna, take a look at the door, investigate it, try to unlock it, and well, it opened. And here you are."
Oh yeah, we killed like a mummy and a face monster and some ropers and a fiery skeleton, and we found Grilda's ancient ancestor, who's a revenant.
The ancient ancestor, hi, and Zizria goes, "Hello," and they all kind of nod.
Can we go back? It's okay, so you have no idea what happened to the rest of the crew.
Well, we'll get to that after I've showed you Kyrie and Kaiser's token, which you guys haven't seen. Alright, so, Kaiser?
Oh shit, he's hot! We pay him far too little gold.
And Kyrie, without mask.
Oh, nice.
Oh!
Yeah.
We've paid both of them too little. Apparently, those are the two most competent party members.
I like how they're competent just because they're attractive.
Kyrie's alright.
Kyrie, you're lucky. Kyrie literally has an ability because she was an Inquisitor where she's immune to poison.
That is very useful if you're adventuring with us.
I know.
Yeah.
And Kaiser just rarely eats.
Alright, but you never do a drinking contest against her.
I go up as I'm walking past and just hug all three of them. Alright, glad you're not all dead, but let's go back and see if the kids ate.
Well, that's the thing. I haven't yet to actually see the kids, and, well, there's rumours going round in the town itself that she's locked herself up. Something's happening. Something big. And Kaiser goes, well, during my escape, I saw that most of the crew were being dragged off in nets and chains. You, however, were loaded into a cart. I did follow you to the Wailing Warrens, and they snuck you in later that night, so as to not gather a crowd.
Sanctions to death. They just kind of like sneaked us in during the night.
Well,
where were they dragged to? The other guy, our crew.
They never really left the Astral Conservatory.
Okay, so they're not dead. I have not killed more crew members, Makra.
Well, you might have killed some of them.
Yeah, well, Anna says, don't jump too far ahead. I mean, you did kill me. You got me killed.
Yeah, but you're back, and we're gonna pay for that. In theory,
of being back, Kaiser goes, well, that Rothard guy, the one that resurrected Anna, that we owe 500 gold pieces. He's a bit of a fancy fella, and he knows everything that goes on in this here port. And he has information and stuff, and he says that there's a miniature kind of like miniature civil war going on between two people here in town. Someone called Amir and the Seer. Apparently they have like kind of a, not like an actual war, but kind of like a
rivalry.
A warm war? No, a cold war going on amongst one another. A rivalry.
Right, so we help the Seer to overtake the city and get the kids back. Sounds like
no, that's the wrong way around. We help the one that's not the Seer overtake the city.
We help the sorcerer to take out the Seer.
Did you say this? You helped? What did you say?
We help the sorcerer to take out the Seer.
I swear you said the Seer.
Alright, so this Rothard guy, he owns a shop called Echoes of the Past.
Right, to the sorcerer then. Let's go see what he's all about.
I feel like someone shopped there.
See, now Adrian is remembering that you saw a guy outside the Wailing Warrens who said he owned a shop called the Echoes of the Past. But you
wasn't the fancy guy?
The fancy one who often just shows around, wasn't he?
Yes, that guy. The one that offers you... But he was
Great
in an
memory, that is,
illusion.
Adrian. Well done, mate. You're doing well there.
Yeah, that was well remembered. I didn't think you would remember him.
I'd have definitely been pissed that session, so it's not that much
Look,
of an achievement.
I remember roughly what's going on in every session. I just can't remember any name of any person ever.
I was like, in real life.
Well,
I mean, yeah, me too.
Kaiser says, well, we're about 4 or 5 hours away from the town. If you want to follow me, I'll take us there.
What time is it?
What time? Wait there. Oh, it's early afternoon.
Alright, okay. Yeah, we'll get there by evening then.
Wait,
Well,
Where's
where's
the sorcerer
our
stairs for the night?
angelic dude? He knew how long it takes to train a child, right?
Well, the angelic dude.
Yeah.
As Israel walks up and goes, how to do what? What
How, did
do
you tell me?
mean?
Well, his kid is getting drained by the seer, right? Of her life force. How long do you think we have?
You see the formula on his skin move, and he says, I do not know how long it takes.
You definitely gave us a rough time last time. Or was it roughly?
She can do with magic like that what she wants over an extended period of time.
Alright, okay.
However,
Oh.
can I be released?
Are you coming with us? Or are you going to do your own thing?
His eyes kind of, like, glowing white eyes turn yellow and then white again. I said that I would help you
Get in.
before
Go on, Israel.
No, you are not listening to me.
Obviously.
I wish to return home.
Alright. Are you going to do that now then? Or later?
I would prefer now.
That is only fair. You've
Right then. Keep
helped us well so far.
Not sure if you should let him free of his obligation. Awfully helpful in a pinch.
Please.
We should honor our word, should we not?
You know,
Oh,
it's been fun. We had a good
keep
run.
in touch then, mate. How are you getting home?
Well, Kaiser is going to lead us, apparently. So, I trust Kaiser. He seems far better at this whole nature stuff than me.
Zizrael.
Oh yeah, it's definitely better than you.
Zizrael brings one of his force swords out, turns it, and says, "It was a pleasure. Thank you for all of your help in putting Christian to rest." And then stabs himself through the side. And as he falls to the side, dying, you see burst into light. Obviously returning to the plane from whence he came.
Stay in touch.
I didn't think he'd kill himself.
Yeah, it was very bizarre that.
Very graphic.
go on.
Thank God we didn't meet him while the children were here.
You've still got this weird illusion you had that the kids haven't seen masses upon masses of fucked up shit yet. We literally can't ruin them anymore.
I feel like that's the wrong opinion to have about your own children, Macra.
Look at us. We're bugbears. We're one step away from savages. Like, if I wasn't the dad, like, we'd still be eating each other in the plains. Like,
Is the step the loincloth?
yeah, exactly. This is about as far as civilized as I get. I've got my fancy robe on now. Like, I'll give her a twirl. I'm like,
It's not that fancy.
yeah, it is.
It's a bunch of bandages. Just literally the opposite of fancy.
Just scabby.
One
bandages hanging
thing
from
I would
my
like
neck.
to point out to Grildar as well. Grildar, as you've been travelling through this last part of the cavern, you have noticed something strange. At this point, that you are no longer attuned to the Zephyr.
That's worrying.
How long has that been the case for?
Roughly about an hour.
Oh, so it's only just happened.
Yeah.
Seems either we passed through some strange field or we're quite far away from where we need to be. Can't feel the connection to the Zephyr from here anymore.
Right.
That's
How
the,
far away can you be from the Zephyr before it's an issue?
Do I know?
Yeah, it's roughly a mile.
A mile, okay.
Didn't you
Well,
just say that we're a couple of miles out from the town?
Yeah, you've spent an extended period of time away from the Zephyr and are no longer attuned to her.
Yeah, it's just the distance then. As soon as you get back in the town, I imagine you'll snap back together.
So, as a group, Kaiser leads you back out of this cavern, and the cavern kind of enters into what looks like a lake, which he then leads you around the side, so you have to wade through slightly. And as you reach the edge, you see it just leads up a muddy bank covered in mangrove trees, and then he uses the branches that he's woven together to pull himself up and helps all of you back up. Macro, being a strong character, has just kind of like drags himself up out of the bank, and you are now currently in basically lowland swamp, and Kaiser begins to lead you westward through narrow, kind of snaking, flat steel rivers that don't seem to be moving, and immediately all of you are assaulted by insects, multitudes and multitudes of insects biting, and most of you are kind of slapping at your arm, your face, trying to get them, and you see none of them are approaching like Kaiser, and as you guys are approaching, Anna's like, not this again, and she begins to like fling around her arms trying to stop them from biting her. And after about 2 hours travel, you guys can see Port
I'll just
Phobos.
cover myself in mud.
Yeah, fair enough. You begin to see Port Phobos in the distance. You are approaching it from the northeastern side, and you can see the Sunken Sails Palace with its kind of tile blue roofs and its broken walls and towers. And Xerxil points at one and goes, "Snake statue! Up there!"
Is this the same as that toad you wanted to take?
Yes! Like Toad statue.
Is he going to make us want to violently throw up like the toad statue?
Probably.
You're such a little arsehole.
You what?
Alright, come on.
Right. Okay, so as you begin
So keep an eye out for like crocodiles and stuff. I imagine this is kind of your forte, isn't it? Didn't you grow up in a swamp?
Yeah, kind of like home. But home... hotter.
Right. Okay.
This wetter.
Right.
It's still good.
It's still good shit.
And as you approach from the northeastern side, exiting some of the cliffy highlands here, where it's nice and, well, it's still wet but dry and less insects, you can see over Port Phobos as the sun is just beginning to set. It's still light out, and you can see the old Mokhul aqueducts here jutting out from the cliffside, spreading halfway across the flotilla market. And you can see and hear the bustle and hustle and bustle of the actual town. To your south, however, you can see the Astral Observatory, where the Seer's fortress is. It's great elven architecture, and its spires and archways kind of like encompassing this cliff face. You can see the hills and the deadened forest where the Wailing Warrens is, where you guys have been thrown. And to your west is Broken Brick Bay, and behind that are ruins of an old fortress. So you guys are kind of like up here.
Right, let's go to this guy's shop.
Well, Kaiser says, well, we'll have to head around Broken Brick Bay. The Seer's guards kind of dominate the eastern part down there, so I'm going to take us in a different direction.
Go on then, what are you doing?
Okay, so as you guys head through Broken Brick Bay, you see that this part of the land is kind of like home to a lot of bugbears. Goblinoids, basically. You've got hobgoblins, goblins, bugbears, and the odd kind of like human settlement. The houses themselves are kind of mud and wattle and are raised onto wooden platforms out of the muck and mire. Except the streets are still muck and mire and kind of like an inch deep in water, and you guys are having to like splash through it all. And the insects here...
See what I mean? If we're not living in the plains, we're literally living in our own shit. One step up from savages.
And the insects here become even more of an annoyance than actually in the swamp itself. You begin following the road, and you have to go underneath the aqueducts. And the aqueducts, as much as they are a marvel and a kind of like ancient kind of architectural ruin, in any other city this would be kind of like a piece of culture. But you can see that it's covered in market stalls. They're stuck to the sides, underneath, between the arches, up on top. And you see lizard folk climbing up all over it, climbing the vines. And Xerxes goes, "That good building, good climbing." And you notice that the lizard folk there are just like selling their wares to every person that comes past. You pass the flotilla market, and from here, Grildar, you can actually see the Zephyr. And you can see it's got a ton of like lizard folk and bugbear guards around it.
Do we worry about that now or later?
Later.
Okay, and you pass through Fernfall, a lizard folk village. You notice there are Pole Town here is divided up between 3 tribes of lizard folk, and each one has a specific kind of like, you see that as you're heading through Fernfall, that they have the kind of like scales that kind of have the same pattern as like ferns rising up their back. And as you approach through there and into the burrows across the water, the Astral Observatory is currently overlooking you, and Kaiser seems to be now taking it slower and keeping looking around, and Anna seems to be doing the same. Kyrie's disappeared. Back at the Pole Town, she just seemed to vanish into the crowd. And he walks into this shop. The shop is up on stilts, out of the muck and mire. It's a 2-story round building with sloped roofs, and outside is a complete net that kind of encompasses the whole building, attaches to nearby trees and nearby grounds, and you have to pass through some beads. And as you walk through, immediately there's kind of a sense of enchantment, like a tingling up and down your body, and your arm hairs begin to rise up, and the door swings open. It's kind of like a bamboo door tied together with leaves, and as he opens the door, you see a kobold, taller than normal kobolds. We're going on about 3.5 foot, a meter and a bit. He's got kind of a gangly, long-limbed body with whiskers that jut out from his kind of rat-like features, bulbous kind of black eyes, and as he looks at you all, you see one of his ears is pierced with a large silver ring, and he wears anklets of bronze up his legs, and a wide kind of golden girdle studded with jade. And he shakes his hands together, pulls his sleeves down. All right there. Oh.
We're looking for the wizard.
Oh, I'm the wizard. Oh wait, the other guys that are outside the whaling warrens.
We were, yeah.
Name's Rothhide.
You survived our companion.
What companion?
Survived.
What are you talking about?
This is the wrong one. We're looking for a sorcerer, not a wizard.
Kaiser kind of walks in. Well, this is him.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Come on in, come on in.
We've been with Zerxel. We can deal with this.
Come on in. Welcome to the Echoes of the Past.
What is this?
Welcome.
Yeah.
Is come some kind of slum?
Well, something like me. I can't set up a shop in a fancy city. And as you walk in, you see there's trinkets, kind of like voodoo dolls, all kinds of bones of different animals.
Shrunken heads.
Yeah, shrunken heads, hanging totems, stuffed animals, vials of vile-looking potions all along the walls, and there's a set of spiral stairs that leads up to like a kind of living chambers above you, and you can see through like the floorboards here because they're so kind of like spaced out, like he's just laid them precariously, and the ground is covered in fresh straw, and he has a large, what looks like iguana behind the desk that seems to be sitting on some sort of cushion, and he goes, this is Iggy.
Good eating.
You don't eat Iggy pet. And then he sits onto his own cushion. His tail comes around and he kind of fights it off. Can I? Wait, you owe me 500 gold.
We do owe you 500 gold. Grolda! Pay that man his 500 gold.
Pay the man.
Do I have party funds that I should pay from?
You've got the bag of holding cargo, and you have definitely got that much money in there.
You definitely have the giant ruby, at least.
I'll come.
You don't need paying with that. How much do we pay? 500. We've got 151 platinum in there, so just give him 50 platinum.
You're going to give him the...
Yep,
Alright, you hand over and he goes, oh, rich ones we are, hey? How can I help you all?
Kill a lot of shit and that happens.
Did you not know that we were rich? Did you think we would be indebted to you? Because you seemed surprised that we had the money.
The elf came in with a corpse. I sold him scroll. He said, we'd be good for it. Just got to get my masters.
Oh, you're a trusty
You're very
fellow. I
trustworthy,
like him.
Well, I did tell you I'd show you around the town when I was in disguise self.
That makes more sense now.
Well, I can't go out like this. Kobold not welcome.
Oh, is this town
Why
so
are kobolds
racist?
not welcome when these little fucks are? And I like just kick.
Lizard folk eat kobold. And Xerxes goes, very true. Kobold tasty like chicken.
Fucking same thing.
That's not very diplomatic. How would you like to hire onto a dragon hunt? You could leave the town, go on a ship.
Nah, I retired ages ago.
Don't these things worship dragons?
Well, look.
Dragons, overrated.
Okay.
See,
how would you like us to start?
So overrated.
No, and then I just realised what I'm about to say, and then I just slow myself down, take a breathe in from my nose. I grab Gwendef, I pull her close, I hunch down onto her lap, and I'm like, and then I look at Gwendef, and I look at the kobold, I look at Gwendef, I look at the kobold, like, how would you like to start a rebellion with us?
This is a rebellion. We want to kill the seer.
You want to kill the seer?
Yeah.
Who's the seer?
But the woman in the elven building.
The queen?
She's the queen?
Who's the seer?
Oh, the one in the Astral Conservatory, that building.
The queen.
Who calls her the queen?
Everyone.
Well, everyone here? Everyone in all parts of the town?
Not everyone here. In this town.
Ah, okay.
You got the Shah.
Yeah, we're gonna overthrow the queen.
You got the Shah, and you got the queen.
I don't think we're gonna overthrow her, because overthrowing sort of assumes we take her place, not we just kill her.
Why do you want to kill her?
Well,
She's got kids.
She's got his kids,
It's
and
kind
she's
of,
like...
to be fair, it's a crux of why we start many of a rebellion, thinking about it.
Yeah, you really need to take better care of them.
I don't think it's the lack of care. I think we care too much, I feel like.
Wait one moment. Wait one moment. Chester!
Yes.
And he reaches underneath the desk. He's struggling with something, brings up a book. You mind signing?
He's heard of him.
What? An autograph?
He opens up the book of I can't remember the spider guy.
Oh my god, what is that? La Aracna del Fuego. Oh no, del Fuego La Aracna.
I can remember your book's names.
I can't
I can remember
believe...
your book names more accurately than I can remember regular customers at the club.
Chester's publisher got this book faster to Port Phobos.
Chester
We
House
got there.
I'll whip a flowery signature in there.
Ah! Right, that gets you one favour.
Excellent. Oh.
I didn't you say this guy was having a cold war with us, see?
No,
I meant the Shah.
Why the fuck are we talking to you then? We've given you money now.
Because he has information on the town. Macra, you gotta be on top of this. This man, look at him. He knows everything. He has shrunken heads. What do you think he
lot
doesn't know?
continue on then, and I'll start exploring the fucking weird building he's got.
Alright.
Okay, who the Shah? Do you think he'd be up for like an open, beat down on the seer?
I don't know. The Shah's a bit of a pussy.
Do you think he'd pay us to take out the seer?
Oh yeah, that's definitely his type.
So we can double dip. We save the children and we get paid.
What children? What are you talking
Macra's
about?
children.
What's going on? Who's the seer?
seer is doing like this sort of life vampire thing. She's sucking the power out of Macra's child and becoming younger.
Ah, like Lady Jade in your book.
Yes. Righto.
Ah, are you
The
currently
Lady Esmeralda.
are you doing a research for your current book?
Right, I am, good goblin.
Am I gonna be in it? Are we literally in one of your books right now?
And what, pray tell, is your name, good squire?
Rothide.
Ah, the hero of Deep Cave. I'll work on that one.
Yeah, it sounds pretty shit.
The tiny
We keep saying,
snot
but still
crossed me.
Selling.
Well, You notice in the background Xerxes kind of like eating something, and he goes, Rawhide looks and then shrugs. Right, well, if you want to talk to Well, the Shah, he kind of lives in that palace up there. But don't expect to get a meeting.
What if we're really important people? We have Chester Decker.
I tell you what.
Excelsior!
I owe you a favour, but let's just say, taking you to meet the Shah, because we are friends, it's going to cost an extra little bit of a favour. So, 4 favours. Each favour's 20 gold piece.
Perhaps we could,
That's how favours work. I feel like we're more just paying for your services.
I mean, it's not a bad price to meet, like, the Shah, is it?
Yeah, not really, but I just feel like he should be wording it differently. Right, how much gold do we need to give you then?
Well, I've given you 1 for free, then it costs 4, so that's 60 gold.
But didn't we get 1 favour from Chester signing your book?
Yeah, so it would have cost you 4, but that's costing you 3 favours. 1 favour at 20 gold piece, it's 3 favours for 60.
Right, okay. Grildor, did you take the platinum off the sheet?
I did not yet. I will do.
We'll do that now.
Okay, thanks.
60 gold extra. Let's just pay the lizard. There's no reason not to.
And then how much is it? Really, 60? I'll throw 60 at him.
Alright.
We should probably like dress up nicely to meet the Shah, right? We're covered in mud.
Nah, come on, it's cool, I got ya. Alright, come here. Everyone get close.
Mm-hmm.
And he begins weaving a spell in front of you. His nimble, long, cobalt fingers begin tracing runes in the air. And he goes, what do you want to look like?
I would like to have been me.
I don't want to rush see this shard and everything, but you're a weird seller of trinkets. We've got some shit here. No, I'm looking in this bag of holding.
He's currently weaving a spell. I just want to look like me and clean.
Got it.
Yeah, if you could polish your armor a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Chester?
Yes.
Yeah, what do you want to look like?
I want to look like a regal Shah.
Done. Alright, and as he finishes casting the seeming spell, you all take on like a regal look, and then you all look to Chester, and he basically looks like Aladdin when he uses his wish to become a Shah.
Prince
big
Ali.
turban Prince Ali. Big feather on the turban that comes all the way back. You do.
Oh, I've got an excellent idea. Let us convince the Shah that I am a visiting Shah and immediately gain entrance into his quarters.
Let's not do that. He's already told us he's getting us in anyway. We've already paid the
No,
gold,
that's
mate.
a good idea.
Is it?
No.
The snot preacher has spoken. Let's hire some elephants and play a song.
Oh, well, getting elephants is going to be difficult, and he might take offence.
I have a spell that can transform any of these civilians into a mighty regal creature.
Yeah, like we're getting really convoluted.
No, listen. No, seriously, don't use an elephant. He'll seriously get offended.
The little rat creature said he's getting us in to see the shore. Let's not lie. Let's just get it.
Let's just earn up to
Cross
it.
the Shah.
We have a purpose. We want to get paid to kill a seer.
Sorry, boys. Pizza's here. 2 secs.
No problem.
We need you to convince the Shaw to pay us. Never mind your pizza.
Alright, so he goes, where you going?
Yeah.
Alright, go on then.
Alright, so he leads you
Allow me
out.
to sell you shit later.
Fine. He leads you out of the shop with Kaiser and Anna. And as you begin heading northward, you realise that, you're not being noticed at all.
Oh, look at this dude.
And he goes, yeah, it's cool, just follow me. This is what I use all the time, so nobody, kind of realises what I am. And he leads you all the way. You paid 60 gold pieces for it, so. And he leads you through Fernfall around the edges, where Kyrie immediately joins you all. Because the only reason I noticed you, Godar, because of the beard, but it looks oiled. How did you get that done in the last hour?
Well, don't ask me the specifics, but magic.
And he looks at Chester and just gives him a big smile, and he looks like the fanciest he's ever looked. She says, okay, you're under a spell, and she looks down at her muddy self. And as you guys walk through the water, the flooded area here, past the walls, and you see that as you approach the Sunken Sails Palace, it's surrounded by ancient walls. And these walls are pitted, rough, Parts of it have collapsed into the cell itself. There is a tower on your right that rises up tall, partially ruined on one side, but at the top there is a large statue standing about 30 feet tall of a curled up cobra. And it's got a kind of vivid, sick green colour to it. And Xerxo goes, "Be right back."
Yeah, figured you would.
Yep. Disappears for now. And as you head between this tower and the broken walls to your left, you see there are a bunch of guards dressed in kind of like coloured lamella. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I think I am. Lamella? It's the Asian style breastplate.
Lamellar armor.
Yeah. And they're all wielding curved scimitars and long glaives. Some of them are actually riding around on what looks like large lizards. They range from half elves to bugbears to goblins. And as you approach, Rothhide goes, "Hey, Henrietta!" And a female bugbear, tall, lean, muscular, with a warhammer in a sling on her back and a large shield strapped to her left hand. You see she has kind of like a tattered tabard, and the tabard has a religious symbol on it as she approaches. And she nods. "It's been some time, Rothhide. Who are your friends?" "These are friends. This is..." And Todd, you there?
Yep.
Alright, so you see in front of you a female bugbear. She's got kind of like a Mohican going on, a warhammer on her back and a shield strapped to her arm. And she just...
"My good lady, I am Shah del Compontestier, and I am here to grace your presence. A pleasure, a pleasure. My entourage."
This one belt him so hard.
Do not listen to him. He is merely petrified.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. Sorry, your name is difficult to pronounce. Could
Average.
you shorten it so I can introduce you?
Most call me del Compieste.
Del Compieste.
Shah.
Alright.
By nature and trade. Of course.
Alright, can you roll deception? And remember you get advantage because of your actor feat. Oh, you've rolled performance. Okay, yeah, that's cool.
I don't mind rolling
I just
deception now if you want.
broke the actor feat, anti completely. Like,
Yeah,
This is
here.
always
it's doing such an awful feat. You've actually made it useful. It's crazy.
He rarely gets to use it, but when he does, Jesus.
She seems
What do you mean? You're constantly using your entire life as a foil.
Yes, I mean, to be fair, Chester's pretty bollocks at everything else, so...
He's damn dank at healing.
Right, so she seems to be completely like enthralled. She believes you. I'll inform the Shah that you have arrived, Del Compieste.
Thank you. I would be most...
I see he's fucked up now.
I will be most graciously anticipated to meet him.
She nods. Rothhide, you and your friends can head to the antechamber. And she goes, yeah, I know where the antechamber is, of course. Cheers, Henrietta! And he leads you underneath open doors into a very kind of spacious antechamber with benches either side and two doors to the right and left heading off into the estate. It's very vaulty here, very like tall, and there's rafters above you with hanging plant pots filled with lavender and the entire air smells of kind of like spices and fragrant lavender, just to clear that swampy air that comes in from the town and the flotilla market. You are waiting for a while. Is there anything you guys would like to do while you're waiting?
Entourage, you may fan me now.
Yes, my Cha. Sa. Wait, what is he?
Shah. S-H-A-H.
No, this is just Gwen. That's fucking up.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you, stunned in death. I know that you are disfigured since birth, but you still have your use in my court.
Yes, I am ashamed of myself.
Well, he's doing it right now. You just don't understand. Okay, right. Okay, so Henrietta comes back. This time she's missing the shield, and she says, "Amir will see you now. Follow me. Not you, Rothide." Rothide goes, "Meh," and just says, "I'll be right here." And as you guys are led through the left door, you'll head through some stairs that head into a main hall, and sitting at a round table with about 10 seats in total. So not a very big table, with maps and what looks like a map of Riepsos. To remind you, Riepsos is the name of the continent you currently play in.
As I know, because I've got names.
Behind the desk is a humanoid. What's the name of the race? It's a Loxodon.
Is that the elephant?
Yes, it is the
Oh,
elephant.
fuck! Oh, I knew something to do with D&D. Get it?
Yep. The Loxodon has a pair of spectacles attached to the top of his trunk, and his small white eyes with pinprick pupils are going over what looks like a bunch of maps. A pipe is burning next to him, and he wears many jeweled rings on his thick fingers. He is wearing a suit that looks like it was imported from Longinia, Chester.
Mine of taste.
Many fluffles, the only way I can explain them, come down from beneath his chin, encompassing most of his bulbous stomach. And he wears a black suit with black trousers. And as he stands, his perfect shoes clip against the marble floor. It's a pleasure to meet you, Shah. And he walks forward.
Oh, there's the mimicry.
I was about to say, fucking Sean Connery Loxodon.
It is a
That's
pleasure
really
to
good.
meet you. I am afraid I am at a disadvantage as I do not know your name. Good Shah.
Well, I've been told that your name is Del Composte.
Correct.
Ah,
That's what my friends call me, yes.
sounds nation.
My real name is Albus Del Composte Dior.
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Amir van Dod Rockstad.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you for accepting me within your court.
How
My
can I-
entourage. I trust you'll accept the weak-minded and the stunted.
Yes, no problem. Everyone take your seat. And he takes a seat at the head with the throne, basically. Albert, how can I help you?
We have a little problem, you see.
Do
all
explain
right.
this problem.
And I understand that your good city plays host to a seer.
There's a silence that crosses the room when you say seer.
You've heard of what I speak.
He takes a puff on his pipe and blows out kind of a grey smoke out of the end of his trunk.
Please do not be insulted by my knowing of these things.
No,
It is-
of course.
It is my business to know.
No problem. And I believe you must be having some trouble with her then.
Quite the opposite, good sir. I wish to merely gain an audience.
Well, me and Uliana don't rightly see eye to eye.
In that case, I can safely say that I must have a grievance I wish to log.
I'll look over at if I get a moment, I'm like, oh, going well. Look at this.
Yeah, you do.
Oh my god, why have I not made a grappler build of a Loxodon? That's amazing. Grapple it with trunk and then knock fuck out of it.
Well, we've had a bit of a falling out in recent years. We used to work together to keep this shitty going, but she's got a little haywire, a little bit
Mad with power.
No, I'd say she's more got ever since her son left some century or two ago. She's the only way I can explain it is she's got a little bit of dementia. She's losing her mind.
Now this would explain the reports to my hold. I must say, I would like to assist you with this endeavor.
Assist me how?
If I were to gain an audience with the seer, I have certain leverage that I can use to alleviate your situation. My entourage is here to assist me in these endeavors, dim-witted, slow, and disfigured as they are.
Do you intend violence?
I do not, good sir, but alas...
Nodding in the back.
Yeah, your bugbear friend says different.
Silence, Igor.
The eagle.
You have no experience in statecraft.
Pay no attention to us poor disfigured servants.
Good. I always knew you were my favorite. Now, I am not intending violence, but sadly, every stubborn board on occasion needs a crowbar. Do you not see what I'm saying?
Yes, of course, I do understand. Right,
And
so...
I would never do anything to step on the toes of you, great Shah, in your own home.
Oh, please, you flatter me. I am literally a merchant prince. It's, my power here is directly related to funds. I can, send a letter, an envoy, so to speak. But my, spies tell me she's locked up for the week, basically. That she's got prisoners.
And is there any way I can get in?
Well, have you tried knocking?
You're a funny man.
No, I'm serious.
She
I'm
would
gonna
not...
have some guy giving him a look. We haven't actually tried that. That's a good idea.
I'll just like look around slightly, like, what now?
My advisor, Davith. He'll come up with a plan. I'm sure.
I'll kind of
sure
like
I
gesture
will.
to Grilda. Yeah, he knows.
He knows.
Master
Perhaps we
Dwarf.
should knock, Davith. What say you?
Master Davith.
I'll take a slice of pizza on the table and eat it.
Yeah, maybe you can explain where your master has failed. I'm not quite understanding your motives in seeing the Uliana right now.
What do you mean exactly?
Am I to believe this Shah, Del Composte, wishes to just talk with her?
I am not sure of his intentions at this current time. I am merely here as a strategic advisor and bodyguard.
Perhaps I should be
I
plain.
could not. And you see that it physically pains Griller to say this. It physically hurts.
Yeah, I can.
I am merely here to enact his vision once he decides what he wants to do. And I'll make sure it becomes so.
Chester sniffs really loudly and smugly.
Perhaps I should be plainer.
Yes.
I have a grievance with the seer. I shall knock. If I can
That's
get
not
her
very
alone
convincing from.
and sneakily, I will. And if she does not bend to my wishes, alas, I will try the hammer, where the mouth and word have failed.
Now
I'll
that's
take
better.
psychic damage.
That is indeed better. You wish peace first, violence second.
That
is
is
fine.
my way.
I did not get to where I am without a little bit of violence. Hey, Henrietta. And yes, sir. Of course, sir.
Me too, isn't that right, stunted dwarfman?
Which one of us is the stunted one?
I have apologized, they're both dim-witted and deformed. You there.
I'll point at Gwenda
Violence can sometimes be very effective.
and I'll lean over to the Shah.
It makes me feel better to have him around.
I see.
But anyway, any advice you can impart upon this nature would be most beneficial to us in our endeavors.
Alright, roll a persuasion check.
Aye, here we go. This is what I pay my plus 11 persuasion for. Skadoosh.
I could probably do this to help a fellow Shah. Well, as you can tell, the Astral Conservatory is locked. It's a fortress. You know, like any fortress under siege requires food. Right? So, over time, my associates have noted that she gets regular shipments of her favorite foods. She's an elf of fine taste.
Excellent.
You could probably get in that way, if you wish to do it stealthily. If not, I would just suggest killing her guards.
I vote we take the stealthy approach. Thank you, good Shah.
Well, because you've got such a good persuasion check, he says, how's about this? Her supplies, they arrive 2 days hence. You have time to spare. I can help you.
At this point, I will look over at Macra. Give him like a little shrug. Do we have 2 days? Is like the unspoken question.
Yeah, he's trying to riddle out whether it's going to be. I'll just shake my head.
So we have.
That is sad. We are, alas, on a time limit.
And I'll hold up my left hand where the tips of my fingers are missing, and I'll show it to him.
Vengeance, I'm afraid, must be swift on this case.
I'd forgotten you'd. I really thought that you'd forgot about your tips of the fingers.
I have not.
No.
And I'm using it in this sense as a little bargaining chip.
Yeah, well done. He says, she. Well, you see you have been wronged. And there is something that I could do with.
If you would trade, and prosperity would flow from my holdings to yours.
I can get you in. But I want something in return.
Speak. If it was within my power, I shall grant it.
There is something inside the Astral Conservatory that I've longed for many years. A precious gemstone. She currently uses it as an eyepiece to stare off into the heavens.
Very well. I shall retrieve it for you in return for safe passage into the conservatory.
There is a place of legend that I am highly interested in, called the Temple of Light. Apparently with that gem and that conservatory, you can see straight to the Temple of Light from here.
Temple of Light, say you. And I retrieve this gem for you, or the location of the temple.
He seems to be careful with his words as he mentions about the Temple of Light and stuff. You see, especially Chesto, who's got the social cues, that he's not hiding, but trying to withhold information slightly as he goes, yes, I've been highly interested in the historic consequences of many different ruins, especially not of this world.
Interesting.
I collect maps and the such, as you can see. And on the table you can see there are a massive map with different locations. And then he points, I am interested in monoliths.
As am I, good Shah. But none in this sense that would cross-section with yours.
Well,
Perhaps
the
we should.
The conservatory is a monolith, one that I wish to covet. And have done for some time, if it wasn't for the freight weaver in there.
Well, perhaps if my negotiations go poorly, you will have your opportunity.
There's a smile that creeps across his lip. He sticks the pipe, and you can hear it clacking against his teeth. Takes a puff.
Speak plainly, good Shah. What do you want from us upon your return?
I want a gem, mainly.
And it you shall have upon our safe delivery into the castle this very day.
He looks towards Henrietta. Can this be done? Henrietta says, she's a wary person, sir. But I'm sure with some of our bugbear special agents, it won't be difficult to get in.
Bugbear.
It would be most intriguing for me to see these lumbering black ops in action.
I wouldn't be saying they're lumbering. Bugbears have a speciality, and that is stealthy hunting.
I didn't mean no offense. My experience in these matters are...
And I'll look over at Macra.
limited.
I was about to say, Brandon gives Macra a shocked look.
So, Barra is just there, looking deeply offended, like, that's stealthy.
You know that she's a very powerful woman, correct?
I do. And I will take every precaution I can.
I've lived for
But-
many years, and I've seen some of the stuff she is able to do.
Ah, I have heard tale. But as you have said, I have been wronged. And if I should fail in this endeavor, you have nothing to lose but the additional time of waiting to when you eventually get your hands on that gem. At the very least, you will learn a new weak point to the castle you can later exploit.
He nods.
Equally a castle, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he stands up and goes to walk around the table. Shall we shake on it?
I'll extend my hand.
Okay, he goes to shake your hand. Gives you a firm grip.
And we have an accord. Shall I wait here until all the preparations are made, or is there somewhere I should go to give you more privacy?
Well, all of you, how about you wait here at this here table? I'll begin the preparation straight away.
Thank you, good Shah. I will not forget this kindness.
And he leaves the room with Henrietta and tow. And you're all able to now talk amongst one another.
If Liam, just for the record, if you're right waiting us a second time in this building,
Yeah.
I will leave.
Right, thank fuck. That character was killing me. We're in.
Just
It was
not to
killing you,
complain,
was it?
not to complain, but when you act as a Shah, couldn't you be a normal Shah?
Ah, no, it wouldn't have been convincing. There's every fuckers around here a Shah, aren't they? But me, I was a regal motherfucking king.
You've dropped character.
I'm so incredibly confused to why we're using all this deception.
Yeah, I think we could have just told her we want to kill the seer, he could have all her stuff, and, been done with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but we would have alerted
definitely.
half the guards, wouldn't we? I know Macro's tough as two fucking 9-inch nails, but I ain't, and I want to get in there, sneak about a little bit, fuck some shit up, get his kids back, and then if we want to kill them all, we can.
Well, we're definitely killing it, just the principle.
I thought we decided I only get actor Chester, so I don't have to deal with all your weird stuff you do in secret.
Actor Chester?
Write weird books, Chester, and makes
Ah,
weird publishers.
Right you are, good sir. Oh, I shall return to roll. And I shall write this one. The Sensual Shah, a novella.
I want to know nothing about the weird things you do in
So,
secrets.
Is
Let's
that
know.
you, or is that him?
Ah, 'tis a tale of me, and 'twill shall excite the ladies. Sorry, I'm eating pizza.
Let's go see my kids.
Okay, so...
Well, wait, aren't we?
Yeah, so
I
you
feel like
guys...
we missed
Let's get ready
the-
at least, anyway.
We missed the original goal of getting paid by this dude to kill her.
That's true.
I don't think funding is our main priority right now, is it?
Well, the more
Well, no,
funds you
that wasn't
have,
the main, but we were going to try to do this a bit on the side.
the more funds you have, the more ballistas you can buy to shoot at a dragon. So I'm always pro funds.
Oh yeah, that's true. We got 2 ships we could outfit, didn't we?
No, we have one.
No,
ship.
we've actually only got one.
I know, I was deliberate there.
So spot Chester, thank you.
Alright,
Yeah,
so...
but all funds are always nice.
As you are talking amongst yourselves, food is brought in for you and drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Goblets are laid out, wine, some ale, and also some fruits and vegetables on silver platters.
Okay, Gwendev does like a quick dwarven poison test on everything and just tries to taste if there's poison in anything because she has learned her lesson.
Roll Constitution modifier. Saving throw. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. No, it's not poisoned. I'm just playing. No,
Fucking
the
red
food is
pudding.
delicious and it doesn't seem to be poisoned. However, halfway through your meal, Henrietta does come in, sit down with a bunch of guards, and they begin noisily finishing off parts of the meal, foods, drinking, and then Henrietta approaches Davith, which is Grilda, and says, Master Davith,
Mm-hmm.
if you are indeed in charge of operations and such, the martial kind,
That's what I am.
you and your associates prepared to fight, we'll get you in, but I will not risk any of my men's life on this. Me and the Shah both agree.
Fair enough.
Kaiser, Kyrie, and Anna are all prepared to go with you as well.
Wait, Kesa, you're going in?
Well, yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I?
Well, you usually like hide under deck or disappear when we go into.
Well,
fight.
I'm starting to get a little bit of allegiance here, and you see he holds hands with Kyrie.
He's full of shit.
Look, this is super cute. I support you. You know, this is what a workplace should be. You know, a place to find yourself.
But I do, of course, need a pay rise when this month's up. You know, the month is nearly up, right? You know that.
You did negotiate this, Makra, and he did sort of, save Anna's life. So we go up to 70.
Well, I was thinking, instead of signing on for another contract, I'll become a permanent member of the crew, gaining shares.
Yeah, do that then.
Just like the rest.
Because much else in terms of crew to share with.
I'm going to be honest, ever since I signed up to this crew, the crew have got more out of it than I have, even though I'm a specialized, trained, aquatic hunter.
I have given the crew a lot of money. Do you think I give them too much money?
Far too
I
much.
really don't know why I'm so skeptical about this guy, but can I roll insight?
On Kaiser, yes, of course.
It's the God King.
Fuck.
Okay, so I'm going to whisper you something, Chester.
Yeah.
In the meantime, the rest of you can roleplay amongst yourselves.
Well, sure. If you want shares, you can have shares. That's fine. I mean, we're about to raid a big palace, so I think there's a lot, in there.
Is Zerxel the witch class from the middle finger of Etna?
Yeah, he is.
Does he get the cauldron shit now?
Yeah.
He gets some dank ass fucking potions he can brew now then.
Well,
Potion
we
of
won't.
healing, friendship, and poison.
I think none of us are going to deal with that till Rocket gets back, so...
Yeah, that's a fair point. If he ever comes back.
Don't jinx it.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so Kaiser is staring into Kyrie's eyes, and then they begin eating and just whispering amongst themselves.
I think this is really cute, Makra. I'm just really happy for them. Finally two crew members whose life I haven't made worse.
Yeah, we're doing slightly better. Should get the kids back now, and then we can get a new crew. I'd really like another ship as well. Grildo, is your other ship come back into sync?
Oh, we've seen where it is, haven't we? But was surrounded by lots of guards, so we didn't go deal with that now.
Oh, okay, we'll do that later then.
At that
the
moment...
Sia,
Okay, Karen, sorry.
the Sia is like super important, right? I bet she has a private ship. So if she's dead, who grabs the private ship?
I don't think she leaves this city, but let's hope. We can live in hope.
Well, if she's dead. Oh no, I see what you mean.
Yeah, she might just not have a boat. That's kind of what I'm like.
I feel like if you're rich, the first thing you'd buy is a boat.
Yeah,
That's like the rebellion starting nut job.
Yeah. I bet her estate must be worth a fortune, actually. Like, there must be a lot of shit in there.
Yeah,
I bet we could sell her estate for, like, a boat.
I don't think we get squatters right, because there's like a literal army in town. So I think it's more of a take everything we can carry kind of deal and then leg it.
Yeah, okay. We've got a bag of holding. This might work.
Boys, I just got to disappear for 5. I'm really sorry. I won't be long.
It's okay. I get the shits after I eat pizza, so...
Yeah, me too. It's,
Alright.
It's worth being called a fraud.
Alright, so, the Amir, the Shah, arrives back and says, I've had certain words arrive to my ears. There is a ship at
More
dock.
of those. Mm-hmm.
Could this be yours? And he talks to the Shah, obviously, but you guys can answer.
Describe this ship.
Sailless.
That would be it.
Well, my guards have not accosted, but over the past 2 days it has failed to pay for its port tax.
Well, the whole thing of our boss happened. So we were sort of busy. We will obviously pay for the port tax.
Well,
Do we pay
if you,
to you directly now, or do we
normally
pay at the port?
the dockmaster, of course, is working for me, but if you do
pay
this
to
job
him.
for me, you are welcome back whenever.
Very well, but until then, fair is fair. How much are the fees and who should I pay them to?
5 silver pieces a day.
Oh, and I just take out another week's worth and say, could I trouble you to take this to the dockmaster?
He clicks his
And then I
fingers.
give him another gold coin saying, this one's for you.
Yeah, at that moment, you see a clerk of goblin origin, dressed in a little suit with like a tux with like a bow tie, and he approaches and takes it from him. Thanks.
Our Shah does not deal in any coinage less than gold.
Oh, of course.
God, is there anything worse than just absolute disgust for the goblin?
Oh, really?
Ugh.
Oh, that's
This is wearing
Have
a
you not
suit.
noticed Macro is very much a self-hating goblinoid, yeah?
Yep, I have noticed.
And, like, it gets even worse the further down the goblinoid scale you get.
It's a goblinoid scale.
Of course
I
it
mean,
is.
he's on it himself.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Bugbear, yeah, he's self-hating goblinoid.
What a
You know, they're all fucking savages.
Well,
And then progressively worse as you go down.
French, is there anything you'd like to do? Would you like to rest up for a bit, or are you going straight in?
The rest would be good. But
Yeah,
I
a
think,
little nap.
Sure. And he clicks his fingers. Prepare them some beds. And you are led to like quarters. They're not like your own personal bedrooms, but you're basically like in the guard barracks.
I'll do.
Okay. Are you guys taking actually a long rest? Or
Yeah. The more Zephyr strikes I have, the better.
Henrietta comes in and says, "It would be best if you get your rest up now, friends, because we leave at first light."
I'll be ready way before then.
Yeah. I imagine we're getting like, wee hours of money. So what's the actual plan then? Are we still going in with a food baggage, or
No.
are we just sneaking in otherwise?
Supplies arrive in 2 days' time. That would fail. So, friends, we will be sneaking you in via the roof.
Through the roof?
Yes, have you ever heard of the spell Temple of the Gods?
No.
Well, it prevents teleportation and scrying inside a certain area. I do believe the Astral Conservatory is a monolith blessed with such an enchantment.
Right.
Over the years, our intel has given us that. We will, however, be going in through the roof. The great telescope leaves a gap in the roof. We were
Oh,
able to
God.
scale the sides and climb down through the telescope.
How do we get on the roof?
Climbing.
How will we not get spotted?
It is dark. We will all be climbing the north
Right,
side.
we're going first thing in the morning. Right, let's go to bed now then so we can get up early.
That was the idea, I believe.
Right, okay.
It will be me and 4 of my agents. We will get you close. The rest is up to you.
Beautiful. Right.
You seem to be good with plans. How would you kill an ancient black dragon? Just asking out of interest.
She has like a think and says, "You are hunting a black dragon?"
No, I'm just asking for a friend. Gwenda fails any deception check. Just assume she's very obviously lying.
You wish to kill a black dragon?
Oh, you know.
Well, I've never had the chance to fight one, but I have indeed fought green dragons.
We killed a white one last week.
Ah, white.
Bet that was only just last week as well.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like fucking ages ago.
Well, green dragons live in the swamp. They're territorial, and when one encroaches too far, in this side and tries to influence the town, we set up a hunting party.
And then you just go for it? Do you like lure it in, or?
Well, we've never come across anything too powerful. You know,
So no,
the odd young dragon attempting to stake its claim.
no, we're talking ancient. She can cast spells, and she,
Well, I would
blew
just...
up a boat.
Would you like my advice?
Oh, sure, I'll take any advice.
Yeah, don't then. Just don't.
Yeah, I get that advice a lot, really. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it still, though. So.
Well, good luck. For now, rest up. Take it easy. Tomorrow,
Sure, good night.
you could die.
Can't die.
That's a rather somber approach to the matter.
My master, the Shah, wishes me to express one thing. If you are to perish, or if you are to succumb or become prisoner, he asks that you do not mention his name. You are independent, of course.
I've already forgotten his name.
He nods.
I
If
wouldn't
this-
worry too much about it.
If this rule is broken, we will claim no knowledge of you.
I mean, that makes sense, really.
Yeah.
Friends, I wish you a good night.
And you.
Henrietta leaves. And as you guys begin your rest, you know, throughout the night, like every few hours, a guard does come in to take his sleep. It seems they're quite respectful, though. They're all quiet, and most of the bugbears are completely stealthy, and you never notice them. So all of you can get a long rest. And it is early hours when Henrietta wakes you, probably at 4 a.m.
Yep, I would have been up for a few hours at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah, and she walks in and immediately chucks basically breakfast rations on you all, dried meats, and hands you all like a kind of like a porridgey thick drink.
No thanks, I've already eaten. And I've prepared breakfast.
yeah.
I have proficiency with cooked utensils, so I figured that normally I would go around and do something useful, like take an extra watch, but since I can't,
Make food.
I'll try and make some better breakfast than rations.
Yeah, fair enough.
Get in. I imagine he's halfway through cooking and Macro rocked up. Just
I mean, I've got 4 hours of extra sleep that I don't need, so.
yeah.
I mean, Grandif is up as well, shaving. If you're a dwarf and clean shave, you have to shave. Fact.
Alright.
Yep.
Alright, and you know halfway through the night the seeming spell fades, right?
Oh shit.
I'd like
Grandif like turns the sheets around so the muddy part is on the bottom.
it's not you that I'm pointing out, it's Chester. It looks completely different.
Oh.
He's changed his clothes during the night.
I'm no longer Prince Ali.
No. But however, Henrietta does say she does recognise you, because Chester didn't look totally different. He just looked in different clothes, didn't he? Like, looked cleaner.
Yeah.
So she then says, I see you've taken a change of clothes. More tactile, I think.
Tactical. That's his tactical regalia.
What's this? She points at the quill flute.
Am I still in role here, or?
Yeah, she's like, Henrietta's looking you up and down and says, what's this?
It is my preferred hobby.
And the
I am a
candle?
musician by trade.
And the candle?
A mere nightlight. An old man's, well, one vice, I'm afraid. Fear of the unknown and the dark. I've learned to be wary of it.
She shrugs. There's no way she's beating your deception check, so...
Bitch, please.
Everyone is just standing there like, oh. The best part is the old man bit when he looks like 30.
Yeah, he's not old. He's like 25.
Well, she's used to magic and stuff. I think she just, like, in herself, Henrietta just assumes that you've used
sorry.
some sort of preparation.
I can see.
Alright, so as you are leaving, outside is pitch black, and you notice there are 4 bugbears in studded leather, like dyed black studded leather. They have cows that they wrap around their shoulders, and you see they're wearing basically a lot of light armor, and you see they have 2 short swords in sheaths at their back, and some of them, you see 2 of them have short bows as well. And they nod, and Henrietta says, as she leads you to the gate, Xerxil joins you. He'd been missing for a while, and he just sidles up next to Grildar. There's Snake is pretty good.
Well, if it ever comes to a moment where nothing else is available, then I might have some.
Oh, no, I meant that. And he points towards the snake statue.
Oh, what about it?
He's pretty mean, but he makes sense.
What does it say?
Says that I should kill everyone getting in my way.
That seems a little short-sighted and limited.
He say that once I get one more statue, I gain great power.
I see. And what do you intend to do with this great power once you get it?
Kill the God King, of course.
Mike? That's what we've been doing all along, so I don't see an issue.
Makes sense.
He say entomb of magic, but you know, I knew that from God King No.
And do you know where this is?
No. Chester
Oh.
no. Chester say he heard before.
Okay, well, let's deal with this first, shall we?
Yeah, sure. Where are we going?
Are we doing like
Okay.
a stealthy break-in through the roof, and then we're gonna kill the seer?
Sure.
Also, if any...
Seer is God King mother. She poisoned food. That not good.
Also, you have to pretend that Chester is a char.
Can you eat Shaw?
No, it's like an important person.
Ah, yeah. Chester is important person.
You're way better at this than I am.
Okay, let's go. Come on, Spook. And Spook floats out of the ground next to him. Alright, so the bugbears lead the way, and they take you through the walls, through the hills, and Henrietta keeps you roughly 100 yards back from them. And you guys are out in the cold morning for about 30 minutes before the bugbears return. And they nod. And Henrietta says, go. And
Off we go.
yeah, okay, so one of the bugbear agents leads you through these dead trees. You're basically above the Wailing Warrens, you know, where you were thrown in. And you see there are dead trees all around, and you have to push through all these brittle branches. And as you approach the cliffside, you see that there's several rope ladders. Like, tight, like you know, knotted in several intervals so you guys can climb. And once you get to the top, to your left, Grildar notices them before anyone else does. There's a small pile of elvish bodies. Some of them have arrows in their necks. Some of them have gashes across their face. And then behind you, Henrietta climbs up and points towards the wall. And you now on the north side of the Astral Conservatory. From here, you can definitely see the north side of this wall is kind of pitted. There's nothing, she hasn't set up a rope or anything, but it's white, pitted, and leads all the way up to the great telescope that protrudes out the top of the conservatory. And she says, good luck. I do actually indeed hope you come back safe.
That is the plan.
She nods.
Well then, off we go.
You here, Chester?
I am.
Alright, cool.
Let's do it.
So as you approach the wall, how do you get up? Kaiser says, I'm not used to climbing, but I do have some rope.
Let us go hence.
By the way, you are just with your friends now.
Yeah, I know, I'm just bugging him off.
Alright.
Let's start with the most informed
Alright, so you
and
see...
go up.
Yeah, Anna is looking through her spellbook. She's like, I have fly.
You have all the good spells, Anna.
You're very good at the good spells, actually, Anna.
No, I can only take a few of us. How about I go up with the rip? Yes.
Well, which one of us is actually bad at rope climbing?
Me-ish.
I'm not
She's-
great, I'll be honest.
Alright, well, if I upcast it, I can take 3 of us.
I mean, I can manage.
So Chester is shit at it. I imagine Zerxel probably has his climbing speed, doesn't he?
Yeah, Xerxel's like, I'm fine with rope. Rope easy.
Taser, you good climbing?
Yeah, at that moment, I just forgot. Anna cast Mage Armor. She cast Mage Armor, gets AC up to 16.
Well, you just take Chester, yourself, and Grilda, I think.
Okay,
And the rest of us are gonna climb.
cast Fly at 5th level then. That's our only spell slot there.
Mm-hmm.
And she casts it on who, did you say?
Grilda, Chester, and herself.
Right, so Grildar, Chester, and herself, and they fly up to the roof with the ropes, one each. And Kaiser tells her to like obviously be stealthy about it, so Anna's gonna roll stealth. Doesn't have it as a skill. Okay, she begins to tie the rope. Chester, stealth check,
Yep. On it.
and Grildar, stealth check.
Can you make noise while flying with a fly spell?
It's positioning the ropes so the rest can climb up.
Ah.
Right, stealth.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We
I
need
guess-
some more heisty.
Would I have disadvantage on this? Because otherwise,
No, you
otherwise
wouldn't.
it's an 18.
No, you wouldn't have disadvantage.
Okay, so it's an 18 from me.
Oh, thank God.
Yep. I need to get the other character sheets open. So.
Yeah, we need like the Ocean's 11 soundtrack.
That's actually what I've got playing in my head right now.
Ooh,
So
doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
I got Kaiser's character sheet open.
Although I fucking love a bit of Sword of Truth.
Ooh. Kaiser's good with a 24. This is a general group stealth. I just want to see if anyone's... And Kyrie's pretty good. In fact, Kyrie has advantage on all stealth checks. So, yeah, and she rolls a natural 20. So it's set to GM. So Kyrie immediately goes full Inquisitor mode and goes up against the wall. And when the ropes come down, despite Anna's faux pas of immediately going ding, making a loud noise by putting the pitting into the side of the tile, she goes, Grilda, you just hold it, please.
Yep.
And as you hold it, you notice that Kyrie's climbing up your rope, Grilda, and she's completely silent and lightweight. She only weighs about 110 pounds. And she managed to get to the top, runs over and begins to help Chester, and then immediately Gwendef climbs up that rope. And then followed by Kaiser, who just literally scurries up the wall in his live elvish form. And Makra, the heavy guy. Everyone then moves to the middle rope, and can I have athletics checks from everyone?
Ay.
From me as well?
Yeah, if you're helping.
Oh, fuck.
That's
Yeah,
an awful
sure.
roll, but it's still a 19.
How he said stealth and athletics are the only skills Gwendeth is actually good at, and I roll this badly. I am absolutely baffled.
Oh my god. Anna, of all people, gets a hero point as she nat 20s and actually manages to basically grab the side and is yanking. You see her hands are bleeding. And then Macro, you go, poof, poof, and have to pull yourself up, and everyone grabs onto your like sobriquet, your pants basically, and drags you up onto the roof. You are absolutely knackered. That was a difficult climb. You guys are currently on the roof, overseeing the entire town here. You can see the point of the telescope poking out, and as you approach, all of you can see down into kind of like a darkened interior, and there's that circular banister that overlooks a central Mjolnir-shaped room. If you remember, you were in there before with the dinner table.
Mm-hmm.
And while there, you can see a bunch, maybe a dozen, of guards patrolling in there. You see, sitting on a seat is the seer. And Mimu is right next to her. There's some hushed talking. Remember, you're about 100 foot up in the air at the moment. There are some shuffles, and those of you with dark vision, so Chester can't see it, but those of you with dark vision can just make the faint outline of the rest of your crew manacled and bound. However, can I have perception checks from everybody?
Oh, yeah.
Is that even me, or...?
Even you. You have disadvantage, but...
One of my strengths. Perception.
Athletics and stealth when with all shit perception.
I have plus 10, but who cares, right?
Alright, I'm going to whisper.
Or plus 6, that's right.
Bollocks rolls.
Oh, it's not on my... It's actually one higher. It didn't fix my proficiencies after I level up, but... Never mind.
Makra, how confident are you in taking Vivian in a fight? An angry, punchy punch woman?
Yeah, I know she is. Not confident Zool, to be honest.
She seems in on it. She's not bound.
Oh, yeah, she probably will be in on it, won't she? She was working with him.
Upside, you could nab the knuckles.
That will be quite cool.
Though I do feel a bit betrayed about it.
Oh, very. What about Beefcake? Is he gonna be working with him as well? You
Do I
reckon?
make out beefcake?
With your 18 perception, you can see Darioso is bound.
He's shackled, he's good. He
Oh,
drank
okay,
poison with us. I think, you don't do that if you're faking it.
Yeah, I reckon if we free Darioso, he might have a chance of killing Vivian.
I'm not sure if Vivian's on it. Didn't she say that she's just there to protect the children?
Yeah, but the seer is draining the children, isn't she?
Yeah, and she's not currently protecting them now, is she? I think she was there to protect the children for the seer. I feel like she just works for the seer.
Might be right, but there might be something more to it. Let's not
Well,
be
we
too
don't
late.
shoot her first. Let's agree on that.
Yeah.
Acceptable.
You remember certain facts about Darioso, that he had a two-handed sword that he carried around with him to specifically deal with Vivian. However, Gwendef, when you spy Darioso and the rest of the crew, they have no weapons on them.
We need to get his two-handed sword then before we attack him, really.
So we raid the weapons chamber, get them their weapons, free them, and then start a fight?
Yeah, we should at least find out where the weapons are so they can go and get them themselves if we create a sufficient diversion.
Anna, you're a spellcaster. Do you have a spell that can, find stuff?
I have locate object. I don't have invisibility there.
Well, if you have locate
just so
object-
you know, I'm going to open up a character sheet so you can look at it. Yeah?
Oh, I mean, locate object is all we need, right?
Oh, wait, yeah, you can see a character sheet if you go to the crew, just so
Yeah.
you can see what she's got.
Anna, look up where the sword is. You've seen it, right?
Yes, I have. Alright, she casts.
I think that's the first time I've seen that spell used in the campaign.
That would
we
actually
used
be
it to-
useful.
No, we've used it, Anna. In Strahd.
Sorry, yes. Correct.
We used it to find the dead body in Strahd's castle.
She nods, and Anna says, "It's in possession. It's been in possession of that elf." She points towards the elf that's patrolling up and down the corridor. Mubarak, the one that is silent and the henchest elf you've ever seen. Ubrek, sorry, if you remember him.
The mean cake has the sword then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how do we get in?
Anna says I have to break fly to cast that spell.
Oh no, I mean, we are on like a glass roof, yeah?
Not glass, it's kind of like green tiles. So if you look at the map, you're on that roof there, looking down through the hole that is the telescope, because it has a little gap around it, so you can peer in.
Do we see any other entrance?
Other than the door, there is windows around the first floor, but you'd expect, obviously, that the first floor windows would be guarded.
Can we climb in through the telescope spot, or is it?
Yes, it's going to be precarious, but you can get in through there.
Okay, I climb in first, cause a distraction by making goats charge at them from a balcony, and then everyone else climbs in.
I'm not convinced by this plan.
Okay, Chester, do you have a better distraction than charging goats?
I do. What are you after? The old slap and tickle?
I think none of us are stealthy enough to climb in here without alerting anyone, so I think if you have, you can make them distracted for like a minute, we could get in.
I reckon we just try and risk sneaking in. Isn't there a way we can make ourselves quieter to get it?
Well, here's a way we could do something that probably creates a bit of a distraction.
Oh my god, I can just cast silence around the area we climb in.
We could also just...
Why don't we do that?
Do that and then T-Rex.
Okay, well, once stealth fails, we'll T-Rex then and goad. I cast silence around the
T-Rex, a
area.
natural enemy.
Alright, so you
The
cast
climbing area.
silence.
This is so useful just to have.
Can't hear you.
It's
What?
so useful. Oh, fuck you.
Okay, see,
Wasn't even thought for that.
so you guys
Cheeky bitch.
have climbed onto the telescope, which, by the way, has a diameter of like 30 foot. So you guys are like not going to like move it or anything. And as you slide down, it's kind of at a diagonal angle, and it's got ridges on the way down. And there's a seat at the bottom. You remember seeing this seat when you were in here meeting, and you remember seeing a gemstone at the end of the telescope. I think it was like a bright green, large gemstone, roughly the size of like a clenched fist. And there was a seat before it, and that's where originally the seer was when you came in. She was sitting on that seat looking at the heavens. And as you begin climbing down, you kind of like stand onto like a marble platform that runs in kind of like a circle around. So I'm going to give you a map so you have like a visual reference. But I don't know, I'll have to place one of your characters amongst the actual thing. So you're not there, it's just so that you can see.
Mm-hmm. All good.
So I'll place your characters so you can actually see stuff. So you're above all of this.
I can't see shit.
Yeah, I'm about to put you there, don't worry, Chester.
Thank you, kind sir. Fucking hell. I want to go back into the dark.
I feel like this is less crewmen than we had. I think we did kill a bit of the crew again.
Yeah.
So you guys can see now what you're looking at above you, from above you.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I'm just turning some of the names off so I can actually see stuff.
We did have a long rest, didn't we?
Yeah, you did.
They're very
I think-
strategically spread out.
The important bit is Wave Cleaver lives.
Also, I reckon that sea is going to be a badass.
I think it's Vivian we more need to worry about, but we can't hear each other right now anyway, so it doesn't matter.
No, you
For the
climbed out. You climbed out of the silence. You're now on the platform below. So the silence focused on the telescope. So obviously
Right,
there was no planking as you were moving above.
Right, let's go find Darius's weapon and
You can
ambush
see
these
it from
fuckers.
above you. This guy here has it.
Oh,
We
right,
saw
okay.
Yeah, like
I mean,
Alan
look
knew
at
that.
him. He's a hunky elf. Liam's words, not mine.
Right, what's the plan?
I think we just wing it.
Well, we need to free as much crew as possible We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
If we give them any second to negotiate, they will just threaten to kill the crew if we do anything. That's why I think we just don't give them time to talk and just start killing.
Oh yeah, definitely just murder him straight away. We need to first make sure that Mimu's safe, and then need to start freeing members of the crew.
Alright, so at the moment, just so you know, you are 40 foot above them, looking down. So you are at height advantage now. So I'll place you where you are, like, in height-wise. So you guys are kind of, like, on this corner.
Oh, Gwyneth is just not going to climb down, why would she? She has a bow.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's beneficial for you. And you got Kaiser.
I'll be super quiet. If it pleases the court, I've got a plan.
Hey, Des.
I am going to vanish, and I'm going to go free as many of our crew as I can. Then we attack all at once.
I like
on my
it.
signal.
If you can untie them without them realising first, that is.
Yeah, I'll
So-
do it. And I'll whisper
Right,
in
so-
their ear,
so-
really sneaky like.
Yeah. So you go and untie all of the crew the best you can, and then do Mimu last, and then the signal for us to attack is you picking up Mimu and running away with her.
Alright,
I wouldn't
The
handle
signal.
getting that far, to be honest.
I hand Chester my 2 short swords, so you can equip Wavecleave and Darioso with anything to start with.
thank you. Right, okay. Let's do this,
Yeah,
shall
and
we?
then so we do that, and then I run in. So you run away with Mimu, get her as far away with it as possible.
Yeah.
That's our signal for attack. And the first thing I do is belt the guy who's got Darius' sword and give Darius and throw Darius' sword at him.
Alright,
back
sounds
to-
good.
I would say, sorry for this, Mokhul, but I'd argue that getting to Mew is actually not that important. The seer needs her alive to drain her life force. There's no way they're going to kill her.
They very might just threaten her though.
I very much doubt it.
Yeah, she might be powerful enough to be fair to protect her. Yeah, just do her last at least anyway. But like I said, free all the other members of crew first.
Alright, I'm on it.
So Chester can go away and do that
Fucking
now.
hell.
And we can plan the rest of our strategy.
The worst part is he is surprising our friends.
So you're using greater invisibility.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So you cast greater invisibility on yourself, Chester. And there are ladders situated around this room to climb down.
Okay, so sorry, is this here? This isn't a straight line across on a raised Diaz.
No. So the raised DS is the central platform with the statue.
Yeah.
Is there only ladders to go down, or is there not any stairways?
No, there's only ladders.
Your bugbear just fucking jump down. You have like a
No,
billion hit
I'm
points.
not the issue. I'm on about Chester climbing down the ladder. It's going to be quite loud, I imagine. It's quite hard to be quiet on a set of ladders.
Well,
I
my
can
thought-
just silence this area.
Yeah, wouldn't that bitch there realise?
What if you just jump down and my silence is gonna muffle your screams of pain?
Fuck it, let's do it.
Okay, Gwyneth casts silence here, so only
Okay.
these guys are in the silence.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So you cast it, and you from here, the ones of you like with dark vision and Chester. By the way, there is light in here actually. Now that I say about that, so Chester can actually see. So yeah, you see Fixer is leant up against the wall. She doesn't look hurt. She does look asleep. Darioso's got a bruised black eye and a bruised face, and he's having hushed whispers with Wave Cleaver. Frank, however, has his hood torn back, revealing his kind of like aquatic features, and with the tentacles on his face. You cast silence, and what do you do, Chester?
Okay, so I am going to... If I have to make a check, I will.
That'd be an amazing time to have that spell. Or
my
something that's got
first
Featherfall
thought
on it.
Would be here.
What are you doing, sorry?
I am going to... If I need to do anything, let me know, but my first port of call would be to go here and to cut these
We need
guys
to
loose.
jump down first, so I imagine you take 40 foot worth of damage unless you've got Featherfall or something.
Well, I'm happy to stealth a ladder.
Yeah, it rolls stealth with advantage.
Is there a ladder in the area where he's silenced?
Yeah.
Yeah, get in.
Okay, I'll take a silenced, stealthy ladder then.
Mm-hmm.
Do I still need to roll stealth?
Yeah. It's just in general. It's just a general stealth roll. Like
Silence, such a good spell.
Silence is ace.
All right, so you climb down, Chester. No sound whatsoever, and you begin moving towards Darioso. Then, yeah.
Yeah. The problem is I won't be able to whisper any plans in their ears because we're
No,
silenced.
just cut the bounds and I think they'll know what's going on, to be fair.
Okay,
I don't
so-
think that'll be
Cut
an
the
issue.
bounds, hand them swords.
What you need to do is, we probably told you this before you go, as you're cutting the bounds, hold their arms together so they don't just instantly break out, like, grab them. You're in silence, so that doesn't matter, but just grab their arms so they know they're still restrained, then cut the bounds, and, like, just hold their arms there for a millisecond, just so they know to, like, stay in that position.
Okay, I'll give him. I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll give him a little tap on the shoulder as well, and I'll cut all three of them loose if I can. In
All right,
that
so
time.
Chester, when you begin to approach, you realise the error of everyone's ways, as I actually did, as Liam mentioned that they all have manacles.
Oh my god! Do you have thief tools?
Hang on.
It's
One sec.
silence,
I have something I can do about this. I think. Give me 1 second.
You're a master. You're a jack of all trades. You definitely know a bit of lot picking.
Oh my god, manacles, you've bamboozled us, Liam!
I said they were wearing manacles. I genuinely did.
Right. I'm gonna.
Why are you
pervert
doing this to me?
all of them. So I'll knock on Darioso's
You
manacles.
can't cast knock. It's verbal.
Fuck.
You're silenced, oh no.
You bastards.
Yeah, but like, they would kill you anyway if you casted knock right there.
Just pick his lock. You've got jack of all trades. You can use half your proficiency bonus towards
Yeah,
it.
fuck it. Well, let's do that. I'll give a little a smack job on the old manacles.
Do you actually have thieves' tools?
Let me have a look. I've got something here. Nope. Bollocks.
Oh my god. Our plan is rubbish.
I've got a forgery kit. I can write them like a sick note or something.
Try to do it with a fucking Bobby. Try to do it with a dagger or something. Try to fucking just break it open.
Fuck. Has anyone got thieves' tools?
No.
Not really. I was gonna start learning. I'll use them because I've realised that no one in the party's got them.
You know, you see Kyrie go, and then just begin moving. She's gonna make a stealth check, but remember she's visible.
Fucking hell! Of course, Inquisitor's got thieves' tools.
Do I see this?
Yeah, and she goes, and can you make a dex check? She's gonna throw her bag at you. This is insane.
Okay, she can't see where she's lobbing it.
I mean,
No,
it doesn't matter if he catches it or not, right? They won't hear it land.
They won't
That's
hear it land,
true.
but they could see it.
That's true.
Right, dex check. I'm gonna make a fucking diving catch.
Uh-oh.
I'm also, if this is a check, can I use life of the party?
It's a you can only use life of the party for a saving throw.
Yeah, okay.
You could have inspired yourself, couldn't you?
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah!
if you've got any inspiration, use
She
it.
does
I
launch
don't know.
the kit, and at that moment, Chester, you see it going slightly towards Frank's head, and you just leap and do a kind of American football jump, grab it, push it to your chest. It immediately goes invisible as you touch it, and as you land, you see Frank turn around and just stare where you are. It doesn't seem to... Like, he felt the displaced air, but not, like, see you or heard you.
Right,
Let's see
I've
if
got
Frank's
something.
intelligent enough. Give me a second. Frank looks directly in your, like, kind of just off center, Chester,
Yeah.
and then nods.
Nice. Right, let's do this. Thieves' tools.
I mean, they must have noticed by now that they aren't making sounds because they've been whispering before, so...
Yeah, they'll all now know that they can't. They're in a silence because they try and whisper to each other and like.
But none of them know that Gwendolyn can cast silence because she has never cast it before.
Well, no, they'll just know something's afoot though, because now they can no longer like hear each other. So, and they haven't seen anyone else, and like they haven't seen the seer doing something suspicious. I think they know they're amongst a prison break at the moment.
It's
I think
time.
they know what the deal is.
Right. How am I rolling here, Liam?
You are rolling a dex check, but you get to add your half of your proficiency bonus, not all of it.
So that's 2. Dex check.
Hmm.
So it would be +4 in all, would it? Because I've got +2 to dexterity already.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
all
yep.
+4.
Yep.
Fuck.
Wow.
And
So
so
that.
you begin trying.
That's 9.
And at that moment, Darioso's like, what he is Darioso's a bit of a fidgeter, and as you're trying to do it, he's moving the manacles around, and then he just looks around his mouth mouths something, but nothing comes out. And he goes, you see him mouthing, what the fuck?
I'll tap him on the shoulder again, the fucking bellend.
He jumps and looks around, and that's when you see the seer looks towards Darioso.
Out of habit, I'll duck and then realise what I'm doing.
The seer stands up and puts one hand to Mimu, who's sitting on the seat. Mimu seems to have the bracelet up to her face and is trying to chew at it. And she puts her hand like that and says, Kubrick. Focuses and goes, they're here. Looks around, can't see anything, and Hubrick begins to walk over towards this area here, and his footfalls are clapping heavily against the marble, and the moment he approaches Darioso, it just goes silent completely. And he draws the great sword of Darioso, looks around, and all the seer guards knock arrows to their longbows, and the seer just begins to look around. Vivian walks up to her, and they exchange a nod, and Vivian goes, you're here somewhere. How about you just show yourself? We talk this out. No answer from anyone?
Fuck it, I'll do it. I'll cancel my invisibility.
Okay.
Bugger it. And I'll step out.
Darioso
Oh,
literally
So
shits a brick.
Told you in the fight.
The moment you appear, Darioso shits a brick. Like, you just appeared. Okay, Gwyneth, are you taking the silence down?
Oh, well, yeah, Gwyneth takes down the silence. She's like baffled that Chester would do this, but sure.
Yeah, okay, so Chester...
Oh my god, that's all you needed to do as he was walking towards
Yeah,
the
you
group.
did. I missed the mark.
That moment, Chester was already hiding there.
I don't think Rendorf would have realised, so...
That's what I was thinking. But this is it. We're role-playing here, aren't we?
Yeah, okay, so the seer begins to move backwards, dragging Mimu towards the corridor.
Just me. Sadly, my friends sadly perished in the
she's leaving
darkness.
with Mimo?
She looks like she's just moved towards the... And these guards have just kind of, like, moved towards her.
Oh, okay. But if
Yeah.
she looks like she's leaving, there's goats behind her, definitely.
You see, Darioso owed me some money, and I wanted to get it back.
Roll a deception check.
Okay, what is the seer though in it, I
Yeah,
suppose?
but you get disadvantage, so a straight roll.
I mean, this is insane.
Boom.
Oh my god, this is so dumb.
The seer stares at you, weaves something in the air. Can you
No
make a
need
wisdom?
for any
As soon as
sorcery.
she starts casting, I reckon I'm dive bombing her off the balcony.
Alright, so as soon as she goes to cast Detect Faults on Chester, Macra, she's directly like below you.
Yeah. Oh, I reckon she's surprised. So I reckon I get my bugbear damage to it.
Oh
Also
my
rage
god, this has
before-
never happened
yeah.
before.
Alright,
Can I
so Macra's
Can I
gonna
get a
jump.
knockoff?
What was that, sorry?
Can I get a knockoff in this time on Darioso?
We'll see how your initiative goes next week. And
Do we get a surprise round? I feel like we surprised them.
so first of all, Chester,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
afraid,
only
doesn't
roll
get a
initiative
surprise
versus
round.
surprise round.
Because he's
Do I get a surprise round?
No, because you've just approached out in the open. The others, however, will.
Cool. It's a fresh sacrifice from Chester.
So is everyone good to continue playing on a Monday?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, so if we play this Monday, is everyone good for that?
Yep.
That's actually the only day next week I can do. I was about to break the news that I couldn't play next week if it was Thursday.
No, it'll be a Monday, so I guess we're all here for Monday.
He fucking changed Mondays, waking up better for everyone.
Alright, so that was... Woof. Alright, we'll end it